Rome, the Eternal City, a captivating blend of ancient traditions and contemporary vibes. From the grandeur of the Colosseum to the timeless beauty of the Pantheon, every cobblestone street tells a story, inviting locals and visitors alike to immerse themselves in the rich history that defines Roman culture. Hey, how's it going? Nick here, and you can find me at navigatornick.com, showing you how to get the most bang for your travel buck. Today we're going to talk about getting outside the city and going on a day trip. Now you can do this in a few ways. One is renting a car, another is hiring a private driver, and the third is taking a small group tour. If you're going to rent a car, I highly recommend using discovercars.com, where you can save up to 70% off. There's no hassle, no down payment, and no fees. I would also recommend getting out of Rome as quickly and as safely as possible because it is crazy. Once you do though, the roads are pretty easy to navigate, and for the most part we just used Google Maps and we were fine. Besides for a wrong turn down an alley or two, but let's not talk about that. What I do want to talk about though is one of the best day trips from Rome, and that is going to Orvieto. Orvieto is perched dramatically atop a volcanic plateau. It has a ton of medieval charm and rich history to make it the perfect hidden gem for historians and cultural lovers alike. You can find caves, a stunning cathedral, and panoramic vineyard views. Life in Orvieto is a much slower pace than in Rome. We definitely enjoyed walking around town as everyone woke up and the shops started opening. And when we were done venturing, we went to a winery about 10 minutes outside of town. This was a small family-run winery and something I would have never found on a map. If you're interested in taking a day trip to Orvieto, scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Welcome to Cavite di Ban Noreggio, one of the most beautiful villages in Italy. Walk across the pedestrian bridge, above the canyon, and into the enchanting storybook town. The Dying City, as it's called, is filled with medieval architecture and stunning vistas. The city is a must-see on your tour of Italy in less than 2 hours north of Rome. Combine a visit here with Orvieto for a complete round trip in 1 day from Rome. If you're interested in taking a day trip to both of these beautiful cities, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description below. Tuscany's rolling hills are a must-see region of Italy, and that includes its charming family-run wineries where you can not only sample Italian wines, but also taste the local produce such as olives, wheat, and onions. I would highly recommend going to a winery in Italy even if you're not a huge fan of wine, because the views are incredible and the food even better. Personally, I'm a beer and whiskey guy, but I really enjoyed going to this winery. Speaking of beautiful views, while you're enjoying the countryside, stop in the capital of Tuscany, Siena. The beautiful ancient walled city of Siena is a must-visit destination. For hundreds of years, roughly 60,000 people gather in the square for the famous Palio horse race. But this isn't any horse race. This race means everything to the 17 neighborhoods in the region. Out of those 17 neighborhoods, only 10 will be selected to compete for the Palio banner. And it may be the only horse race in the world where you're racing for pride and not money. While you're making your way through the medieval streets of Siena, stop at the hidden gem of St. Catherine's. The holy place of St. Catherine's is well cared for, and you might miss it if you're not looking for it. Enjoy the busts, wishing well, small church, and beautifully kept frescoes. Siena offers a slower, more romantic pace of life, steeped in history and Tuscan beauty. There is a deep sense of community, loyalty, and pride here. With its winding cobblestone streets, world-class cuisine, and atmosphere, it's no wonder why it sees roughly 5 million visitors per year. Last but not least, you must stop by the Siena Cathedral to view the intricate detail and artwork inside. Don't forget to look up and admire the dome. After your time in Siena, don't miss the next town, San Giammano. San Giammano is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and known as the City of 100 Towers, and it still maintains its original features and timeless charm. Unfortunately, though, only 7 towers remain. During your visit, I would visit the old city streets, the center square, and Piazza del Duomo. Not far from the Piazza del Duomo is the world's best gelato at Gelateria Dandoli. If you do one thing in San Giammano, make sure to get the gelato.
How excited are you? Super excited.
It is worth it to stand in line, trust me. Don't forget before you leave to try one of the most famous Tuscan wines, Chianti. If you're interested in taking a day trip to both of these beautiful cities, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description below.
Yeah. Best gelato I've ever had. Ever.
Today we are in... where are we? Assisi, the birthplace of St. Francis and the farthest day trip that I'd suggest taking from Rome, is a sight to behold. At roughly 2.5 hours, it is far, but I can assure you that getting away from the hustle and bustle of Rome will be worthwhile. Enjoy the tranquil ambiance of this walled city with narrow, twisting streets and alleys. Grab a coffee or a delightful lunch in one of the quaint cafes or trattorias scattered across the city. Don't forget to swing by the fortress, the Roman amphitheater, and people watch in the piazzas. Overall, because Assisi is so far away from Florence and Rome, it sees less crowds than the bigger cities, and with that comes a lot of charm and authenticity of a true Italian city. And it just might be my favorite day trip north of Rome. If you're interested in taking a day trip to Orvieto and Assisi, go ahead and scan the QR code on the screen right now or click the link in the description below. We've talked a lot about going north of Rome, but what about the south? The south may even have more to offer. Is it better? Well, that's for you to decide. Our first destination is a little over 2 hours from Rome, and it's the birthplace of my favorite food, pizza. Naples is a vibrant, chaotic, and history-rich city where ancient ruins, dramatic seaside views, and the world's best pizza collide in an intoxicating mix of culture and energy. From exploring the underground catacombs to strolling the buzzing streets, Naples offers an authentic, untamed Italian experience like no other. Some may even say it's a little rough around the edges. Just down the street from Naples is Pompeii, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Upon reaching Pompeii, you'll enjoy a captivating 2-hour guided tour of this historic site. Pompeii is one of the best preserved archaeological locations in the world. The city was buried in volcanic ash and pumice following the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in AD 79. Your guide will walk you through the ancient ruins, offering insights into Roman daily life and highlighting important sites. If you'd like to learn more, scan the QR code on the screen right now or click the link in the description below. Navigate a little farther south and you will reach the beautiful Amalfi Coast, arguably one of the most famous coastlines in the world. Enjoy the views, explore local shops, and marvel at the stunning architecture. You'll have roughly 2.5 hours to roam around Positano and an hour and a half to visit Amalfi. If this doesn't seem like a lot of time, it's because it's not. I'd recommend hiring a private driver or staying overnight. Don't forget to check out the Rome Travel Guide for more Rome travel itineraries and day trip ideas. If you're still with me, thank you so much. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Here are a few tips that I'm going to recommend. The first one is always pay in euros, because if you pay in your country's currency, it's going to be more expensive. My next tip for you is to always use Apple AirTags or tiles and put them in your bag. Every single one. This way you can always track where they are, and if they get stolen or if the airport insists that they do not have them, you can track them down. The third tip I can offer is to use packing cubes and the rolling technique to save on room and keep your luggage organized. Not only will it keep your luggage organized, but you'll have more room in your suitcase to bring things home. My last and final tip is to learn a few basic Italian words and phrases such as please, thank you, you're welcome, and where's the bathroom. That one's pretty important. Thank you so much for watching the Rome Travel Guide. I hope you subscribe down below. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment, and until next time, happy travels and keep on navigating.